So thank you. Thank you for being here on the last session of our time together. It's really been a joy to be with you all. This was exciting for me to be able to present this to you because I have served in leadership roles and have learned along the way how to, in fact, everything that you all spoke to today is like music to my ears, like, I've been there, done that, oh yeah, I got that one, okay. So some of the things that came up, leading without, that's what I said, leading without authority, got it. Commitments to what they said they were going to do, inspiring a new generation, privately, politely or gently give feedback, finding motivation in themselves to pump myself up, to pump up the team, positivity in the environment, a Game of Thrones, and identifying the strengths of people and how you don't show, how do you, when you're frustrated, what do you do? All right, so let's see if I can get all that in a few moments. All right. One of the things, the first thing that I want you to do is, or to understand is, you're not coming from a place of push. You don't want to push everything. Because if you keep pushing, you're going to be exhausted. You're going to absolutely be exhausted. So as leaders, sometimes we stand in a role and we think, I got to do more, I got to push that person to do it. No, you got to change direction. That person is not in the role maybe that you might have put them in that role, but that may not be the best role for them, or maybe they can redefine it. So as we go through this, I'm going to link as much as I can to your Toastmasters experience and the leadership roles and the officer roles. But I also want you to see how you can put this together in your workplace as well, if you're having challenges and how that goes. This isn't just a Toastmasters track. This goes back to what I said earlier about what you do in Toastmasters. How do we make that connection to your workplace, where you are developing yourself personally and professionally? Fair enough? All right, let's get started here. So. I have a very short slides. This will be a little bit more on the interactive. What happened? We have your club, your district, your area, and I say the talent. I mean, I could create an incredible team from all of you. So instead of me standing here saying, oh my gosh, who's going to do that role? Who's going to do that role? I'm going to ask, what lights you up? Right? So I'm picking up off of that previous story that we were talking about. What lights you up? So think about this for a moment. In the Zoom room, if you could pop in the chat, what lights you up? Or what are you excellent at? Okay, because when you talk about what you're excellent at, you light up. And light up means I see a physiological shift in you. I see the body start to go, oh, I love data. I love meeting new people. Right? So think about it for a minute, and I'm going to go boom, 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 all the way around the room, and I want you to come up with what lights you up. You ready? Let me see if the Zoom room's ready. Zoom room, you ready? 1 or 2 words. What lights you up? Terrence, are you going to start it back there?
Yes.
All right, going to start with the back row. Sarah and back row people, be ready.
Making a difference.
Making a difference.
Empathizing with people.
Empathizing.
Moving.
Moving. Physical movement? Okay.
Similar. Physically active. Yeah.
Physically active lights you up?
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it.
Okay.
Can I come back to you? By the way, did you hear my story in the last one?
I missed it.
You did.
I'll talk to you after.
I was giving the shout out. Okay, to you. All right. What lights you up, sir? Excuse me for pointing.
Bringing people together.
People together.
Making an impact.
Making an impact. Sports.
Learning techniques to make learning easier.
Did you see him light up? You lit up. I believe you. Not that I don't believe all of you, but did you see the physiology change in him? Did you see how his body changed a little bit? Okay, watch closer. Go ahead.
Making presentations pretty. So like PowerPoint slides.
I could use you. Try not to say it apologetically. You know, making PowerPoint slides pretty.
I love making PowerPoints pretty.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, next.
Storytelling.
Okay.
Caring people.
Caring people. Beautiful.
Brainstorming with others.
She's smiling so much her cheeks are going to break. Go ahead.
Efficiency.
Who was efficient with the microphone today? There we go. Nice work. Go ahead.
Helping someone solve their problem.
Helping people solve their problem.
No, helping them solve their problem.
Helping them. Oh, they do the work. Okay, I got it.
Helping people succeed.
Helping people succeed?
Inspiring people.
There you go. That I believed. Okay. It's not that I don't believe you all. I'm just not feeling it yet.
Meaningful conversations, but in a small talk
Okay, stop right there. I got that.
Organized.
Say it to me again.
Be organized.
There you go. I've got some closets at home. You can help me out. And I only stopped you because I got the information I needed, and I wasn't cutting him off. I was like, oh, I got it, right? Because I'm.
Onboarding new staff.
Yes, there it was. I thought if you could see her eyes, then I got it. Okay. Well, what lights you up?
Creativity. A lot of things.
Okay. All right, girl. You had me on the first couple. Bring it in.
Creativity.
There you go. Creativity. She'd be excellent on the PR team. Influence people by my creative solution. Okay. I'm getting it. What's happening? And go ahead, and I'll go over here.
I would say dissolve myself into something bigger.
Move something into something bigger.
Make myself disappear and connect to something bigger.
Make yourself disappear and connect to something bigger.
I mean, so I would like an ego that like dissolve that ego.
So your strength is dissolve the ego and connect with everyone else. I just heard a fun one, just a sidebar. Ego is not your amigo. That was the one I heard. What lights you up?
Learning new things.
Learning new things, I believe that. Helping people.
Getting things completed in a most efficient manner.
Getting things complete in an efficient manner.
Most efficient.
Most,
Like a one trip, you finish many things. Doctors, grocery shopping,
VP education, get it done. Go ahead.
Mentoring others.
Mentoring others, I believe it. Mentorship,
Hard physical exertion.
hard physical exertion, I believe it.
Mentoring others in my field.
Mentoring others,
Make people smile.
smile,
Do examples?
teaching through examples,
Get things done.
get things done. Smiles would be sergeant at arms. That's what I'm saying. Right? You need the person who's going to greet. What lights you up?
Leave a legacy in everything that I do.
Woo, leave a legacy. Woo. Historian. No, I'm kidding. What lights you up?
trying new technology.
Do you see his eyes? So I don't know if some of you, I know we've kind of been all over the room and you can't see it. His eyes were like dancing. I was just like, whoo, new technology, beautiful. Go ahead.
Making things more efficient.
Making things more, we got some efficiency people in here. Good, okay, go ahead.
Eating and sharing really good food.
Oh, there you go. We've got someone who can help with the meals at the events, okay?
Definitely travel.
Travel?
Cooking and baking right there with you.
Yes, right, go ahead.
Execution.
Execution. Yes, you are so execution, yes, okay. Let me just check with my people on Zoom if they have that. Oh my goodness, I have a space on my area, sorry about that. Okay, let me just check the Zoom room really quick. Do you mind checking my Zoom room and see what they have there for that while I sum up? In what you just said to me, now I can put my team together. I have my efficient people. I have my food people. I have my people who are going to be not egocentric when someone new comes in the door. They're ready to help them out. I have people that want to teach new systems. I have people that want to mentor people. I'm going to go to each of you with what lights you up and create my team. Now, I'm sorry, I only have room for 7 in officer roles, so I'm sorry. I can't take you all in an officer role, but I'd be happy that if you want to serve as on a committee. Would you go with me?
Oh, yeah.
You see what I mean? So instead of it now it's all on me, I'm now taking it from you and saying what lights you up. Because I'm not about to put you into VP of membership if you want nothing to do with people. I'm going to put Mr. Smile Man on VP of membership, right? Or Sergeant at Arms. He's the front facing, customer facing. He's the one that's like, hey, welcome to Toastmasters. Anyone in the Zoom room with what lights them up? Okay. That's okay. There's somebody with a beautiful dance one on there. It's just stunning. All right. Can you advance my next slide for me then while you're over there, please? Thank you. So the reason I took the same picture is, right, we had one picture was that here's your team, right? So now I'm taking this and I'm trying to put them into these positions, which is just what I talked to you about, okay? Often we're just not asking the people around us, what lights you up? We're not asking them. We just point to people, you should be VP of Education. Okay, what does that mean? Well, it means you have to do X, Y, and Z. It's not even my skill set. You'll grow into it. And then that person isn't getting the things done on time. They're not following through. They're not showing up because it's not a match for them. Okay? So when I'm looking at these different roles, first of all, let's talk about, now let's flip it. I've got what you have that you want to do, that lights you up. Let me flip this for a moment and let's discuss the leadership potential if you become one of these roles. So in Toastmasters, what is the skills that you learn as president? What are some of the, what is it?
Leadership.
Leadership?
CEO,
What's lighting up? Delegation. I heard something else over here.
Team cooperation.
Team, collaboration, right? These three things, would they help you at work?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would it help you get a raise or a promotion? Unless you're in Game of Thrones, maybe not, but I just, self-employed? Yep, self-employed, I get that too. But what I'm saying is these, so if you can connect the leadership potential of a president, which is the delegation, there's even conflict resolution in there, would you say? You've got conflict resolution skills, you've got efficiency skills, you've got people skills. There's all of these things that could help someone be promoted at their job. So you have to make the direct connection from being the president to how does that work in your job, all right? Let's go to VP of Education. What are some of the leadership potentials in VP of Education? What are some of the, let me go, transferable skills. What are some of the transferable skills from VP of Education?
Have to be organized.
Organized, and you were gonna clean my closets, right? Do you see what I mean? So there you go. You have to be organized. What else with VP of Education? Mentorship. Well, let me hold that thought. I love that. The mentorship, though, doesn't mean that the VP of Education has to be the mentor, right? To everybody.
No, but he should probably organize a mentorship programs.
Correct. So there's team. The VP of Education is now learning how to create his or her own team. Okay. Then I heard one of the trust. Was it trust?
Trustworthy.
Trustworthy. Yes, trustworthy and honest.
Good at scheduling tasks.
Good at scheduling tasks.
Responsible.
Responsible. Right? Here's all of the transferable skills that are coming from your Toastmasters VP of Education into your job. VP of Membership, what are the skills?
People skills.
People skills. Big time people skills. Big time. Right? Cross-cultural skills, possibly. What else? VP of Membership.
Time management.
Time management? Tell me a little bit more about that.
You have to submit to due on time.
Oh, so, okay, yes, submitting everything on time. Yes, time management.
You also have to respond when guests wanted to get more information.
Okay.
Go to membership.
So you have to respond in a timely manner when guests want more information. I'll go here first. Influential skills. Influential skills. How so?
Like you would have to convince guests so that they become.
Guests to become members? I'm going to tiptoe into that one for a minute. Let me just see.
Charisma.
Yes, that's what I would say. Is that a better fit? It just didn't sit with me like convince them. It's the charisma that, of course you want to be here. Of course you want to be here. And then behind, go ahead, Andrew.
Close the sale.
Close a sale. Oh, bingo. Close a sale. Now, I mean that in the nicest way, right? When you close a sale, this is a good thing because you're doing a service for this person. You're not just wrangling them to be in your club. You are closing a sale that is a win-win. Those skill sets are transferable to your job. Okay, let's go to VP of Public Relations. What are the skill sets?
Communications.
Communications. What else?
Creativity.
Art, creativity. Where's my creative person? Thank you. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'll get to the food in just a moment, but where's my creative? Go ahead.
Social media.
Social media.
Outreaching.
Outreach. right? So if you've got VP of PR, and the transferable skills into a company would translate to what? Marketing, event planning, public relations in the company, maybe, right? Yep.
Marcom.
Say again.
Marcom.
Marcom.
Communications.
Oh, thank you. I don't always know the lingo, so thank you for helping me with that one. And you had one other.
I was gonna say making great slides.
Oh, yes, yeah. Oh, yeah, where's my slide person? I said I need, oh, yes, how could I forget? Thank you. Yes, we will talk too. Okay. A sergeant at arms. I've already enlisted Mr. Smile over here, but what else? What are some of the other skill sets? Planning.
Punctuality.
Punctuality. Time management, people, organizational skills.
Opener.
Approachable, opener, right? What's that? Dependable, reliable, right? Take that, all those skills now and bring them into that person's job. A team leader at the job, someone who's dependable, reliable, right? All of these things now go directly from that role over. All right, where are we at? Treasurer.
Money oriented.
Yes, money oriented, detail oriented, trustworthy. Mathematics, right? Think about now, you may not be running the budget at your company. You may not be running, those of you who are running your own businesses are learning. So you'll be learning over here while you can then influence what's happening in your own business and understand your numbers better, maybe. But the other part with this to me was the treasurer. Phew, that went right out of my head, and I'm sorry, I'll come back. Let me come back to that one in a minute. Let's go to secretary. What are the things that a secretary in the Toastmasters Club? What are the skills that that person's learning? Note taking. Detail oriented. Listening. Active listening.
Data management.
Data management.
Making.
I heard
Sense making.
sense making.
Taking what's being said, turning it into something that's consumable and understandable.
Imagine. And then did you say something? Multitasking. Okay. Again, we're taking that skill set, and how does that, from Toastmasters, you learn these skills as a secretary, transfer over transferable skills to your job. Okay. All right. The treasurer one, I know we're talking about details and everything too on that one. I want to just come back to that for a minute. So you might be in charge of a budget at your office. You might be in charge of planning an event where they say, here's the budget. How do you run this? You might be running your own business and have to put budgets together and reports together. Right? All of that is an incredible trick. Yes, I can do that because I did this in Toastmasters. I was the treasurer over there. I don't need to be the treasurer of the company. I just can do this because I know how X, Y, and Z and the budget goes together. Make sense? When you can make this link from what you learn in Toastmasters to their lives and how it will impact their lives, then to me it's not such a hard sell. I could be wrong, and I'm inviting you to try it out. Yes, we come for the communication, and yes, leadership comes in, but these skills can be practiced, learned, and moved to shape and shift with your strengths to be able to then be a huge impact in your job, in your life, in your community. Would you agree? We miss this. We miss this too often. We're always looking at people like, oh my gosh, who's going to be the treasurer? Oh my gosh, who's going to be the secretary? I guess I have to take on 2 roles this year. Right? Look at the talent that you have out there. Go around, ask them what lights them up. See who can then plug into these and develop it stronger for them so that they can understand how to make that direct connection to their life. Okay? All right. That's like my favorite part, and I will show a little bit more on that one. So we talked about what lights you up personally and professionally. I went around then. Now, this is this part of it, what lights you up, because what I am looking for, yes, it's a great phrase. What lights you up? What lights you up? But when your body shifts, and I've seen it on Zoom also, when your body shifts with the response, then I know you're telling me when I say the truth. Right? Some of you sat back and you're like, yeah, I like organization. I'm like, dude, you didn't even organize your body to tell me that. Okay? So don't tell me you like organization. I know it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but don't tell me about that. that kind of so I'm looking for that shift in their body. And that's why sometimes today sometimes I don't want to say cut people off, but I shorten it up because I'm waiting for that shift in their body. And I go, yeah, that's it. Okay? You don't have to be a master with your body to understand this. You just have to be tuned into people. Comes under the emotional intelligence piece a bit, okay? But you have to be tuned in to watch how people shift in their body when they're talking to you, okay? And it may not, you might just be listening to words because I know a lot of us are living here. And I get it, I get that, but you have to be watching the whole person. How is this all working, right? Personally and professionally, I didn't clarify the two today. I just I want to hear what lights you up and I can go from there. Okay, now the next piece is we in Toastmasters, we love to thank people. Here's your piece of paper for this. Thank you so much. Here's your piece of paper for that. Thank you for, we get participation awards too, would you agree? Here's your paper, thank you so much. But here you go, piece. And I love the paper. However, the question now I start to ask my team is, so let's just say you've put your team together. It's your trio, it's your 7, it's your whatever your team, it's your team at work. So this is going to apply across all of it. Do you like to be thanked publicly or privately? All right, so I'm just going to go from a few people really quick. Publicly or privately thanked? Ooh, cringe. That's okay. That's all right. You don't have to apologize for anything. Do you all get the gist of what I'm going to do right now? Yeah. Okay, so don't worry about it. I'll come back. And excuse me for pointing. I just want to go quick. Publicly or privately?
Privately.
Publicly or privately?
Both.
Public or private?
I don't mind like that they are like thanking me in a public or private. Even if they don't thank, they know that I'm doing a job. That's the leadership.
Yeah, I'm following you. Can you use both? Public or private? Public or private? Public or private? Ooh, I could go with that. Give me an example and keep it tight.
For instance, if your boss says it privately, you know that like, okay, they're seeing your good work. But if you like put on a whole, party or something, and someone says, "Well, that couldn't happen without you," and they announce it in front of all the guests that maybe aren't aware of what happened in the background, that's a good thinking in public.
Okay. All right. I'll let that one rest. Okay. That's good. Okay, I got it. Next question, and thank you for that. The next question, so it's public or private? Some people do not want to be called out publicly. Like, do not even bring my name up in front of the group. Do not. Some people, and again, to your point, maybe, thank you so much to Anna and Carrie Lynn and Raji who helped. Here she is, Anna, she heard me. Here we are, Tua. Thank you so much for making this all happen, okay? But if you thank someone publicly and they are just like, woo, so did you come up with an answer yet?
I like the both and depends.
Both and depends. Well, you all are kind of, I got to dig a little deeper here and figure out where I'm at. Okay, let me go to this part then. How do you like to be thanked? And please, and just for the sake of this thing that we're doing, don't tell me depends. The reason I say is this. If I am leading the team, I need something to work with. Right? So just give me something to work with. Then the more I get to know you, I'll understand maybe the difference of like, oh, you know what? He actually likes to be thanked publicly and this way and privately that way. But on the first round, I'm trying to kind of get in with you. Do you understand what I'm saying? All right. So words, email, card, calls, flowers, candy, lottery ticket. Okay. Sometimes but I menu it to people because when I say, how do you like to be thanked? They don't know how to answer. So here we go. How do you like to be thanked?
With words, face to face.
With words. Great. How do you like to be thanked?
Also with words, and email doesn't hurt either.
Okay. How do you like to be thanked?
I like to be thanked with words, but to go back to public or private, Rochelle, I would say public, especially if it's a really good show of appreciation, so other people can see what a good show of appreciation looks like.
There you go. So what I hear him say is he wants it public so people can see what a real good show of appreciation is. Not only that, but how well I trust that he can receive it. So people will be, because sometimes you thank somebody publicly and they're like, no. Right. He will be able to stand there and when I say take it, meaning his body will be able to stand there tall, proud that yes, he did achieve this. And he Not only am I appreciative, but he understands that I am appreciative, and I'll see it in his whole body. Okay? All right. Thank you for that.
I like cards. I keep all the cards.
Right? She likes cards. I'm not going to send her an email. When this is over, somehow I have to find out her address. Send her a card. So if any of you have her address, could you please let me know? All right. Let me come over. What's that?
Swiss chocolate.
Swiss chocolate. And it's particular Swiss. Swiss. And how do you like to be thanked?
A card.
A
I
card.
also like cards. And if there's a little gift card inside.
Right? So let me ask you, if I make the card and I put a $10 Starbucks, what would that do for you?
Yes, that'd be very nice.
Look at her face lights up. And $10, what's $10 to me, right? I mean,
I like everything except lottery ticket.
lot.
I don't like lottery.
You don't want anything but the lottery ticket. Don't give me a lottery ticket. All right. How do you like to be thanked?
Words and an Amazon gift card doesn't hurt.
There you go. Right? And you don't have to apologize. I may not be able to pull through, but I'm going to try. So does that make sense? Right? Again, and it's very particular, very, very personalized. And in Toastmasters, it doesn't have to cost us a lot of money. Okay? With how you might do this at work on your team also, that depends on you. Maybe you have a bigger budget, however you want to do. When I'm working with the team for my church, I recognize, because I'm working remotely, right? So it's a long distance. I'm the leader in New York. Most of them are in Maine. So my ability to thank isn't quite as, I have to be a little bit more specific in the words, and the specificity seems to be hitting home from long distance. So Donna, thank you very much for getting your secretary notes done on time so that we could present it at the annual meeting this week at 4 o'clock. Right, so it's not, Donna, thank you so much. No, very specific. So I'm thanking that person specifically for what they did. Okay? Go ahead.
Between the public and private thanking, how do you resolve any kind of optics with regards to thanking someone private versus thanking someone public? With the the impression that someone's getting more credit than other people, like the people who are getting thanked privately, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so I think what I heard you say was, so let's just say Philip, and I got his name, Philip, likes to be thanked publicly, but I'll say you want to be thanked privately.
But then there's this optics, right? That, Philip, wonderful job. And there's, because there's no thanks coming to my end, at least publicly, right? Maybe there's privately, that there is this optics that you prefer Philip over me.
Yeah, no, that was really good. So I might find a way to thank the group, the team. All right, so those people who may not be so comfortable, I may bring the team together. So let's just say Philip's the president and you are the VP of education. And he likes the public, you like private, but at the end of the meeting, I'm going to bring the whole team front and say thank you to the whole team. And that might neutralize it a little bit. But that's a really, really good question. Thank you for that. Okay. Yes, go ahead, Terrence.
I noticed before I became a Toastmaster, when I would think of gift giving, like giving people gifts, I would always want to give something that had value, something that cost a lot. And then I noticed after being around Toastmasters, you can give very inexpensive gifts to people and they appreciate it. Like she said, a gift card, $10 Starbucks or whatever. I never heard of that type of thing before I became a Toastmaster, but going to the speech competitions and things like that, the gifts really aren't expensive and people seem to be very appreciative of winning a raffle of something that really didn't cost much,
There is that part too. Go ahead, Anna.
It's interesting because a lot of governments run that way, right? So if I were to go visit a foreign entity, my gift has to be very nominal to that leader, right? They can't, or if the leader comes, it has to be a nominal gift to the president of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So, it doesn't have to be an expensive gift, and our leaders are showing that, you can just take something meaningful, but it doesn't have to be expensive.
Right.
And I think what's important is the acknowledgement.
The acknowledgement.
Not the actual.
Right, right. But also, let me just say that again, if you asked me, like I've said flowers, so if any flowers. But the other thing I just got, and this was actually from Penelope, I got the best gift, which was a card that said a tree has been planted in your name. Right? And that was like, thank you. Because that was to me like, okay, I don't have something else into my New York City apartment that I got to figure out what, right? I didn't have something else, but this meant something to me. This meant something to me. The other one someone gave me was I think it's worldwide, City Harvest. Do you have City Harvest? Maybe it's the New York City one. City Harvest does food rescue from the restaurants in New York City. And they got hit really hard with the Madoff pyramid scheme, all that stuff, right? So when someone made a donation on my name, I don't know how much, I don't care, right? I mean, what I'm saying is in my name for that, and especially they know my history of eating disorder and all that, I was like, oh, that was beautiful because I might have been messed up with an eating disorder, but nobody should go hungry. Right? And this is what this does. So getting that if I knew that about you, it might be something like that. You get, if that was you, then I'm very, very specific. It doesn't cost me a lot of money. The tree could be $10. I don't know. Maybe this person gave $10. It didn't matter. It was the thought, and that's who I am. I don't need necessarily another thing in my apartment because, New York City apartments are kind of small. So the more specific you can be and the more, now you've developed a relationship with your team. Oh, so let me go to the motivational piece. Hold on. Back to here. I believe that was you, Joseph, correct? Was it the motivation? Energy to pump yourself up. Okay, this gets me pumped up because now I know 7 people, what lights them up and how they like to be thanked. And it's not a lot of effort for me to now go make that happen, all right? So I'm not having to be like, whoo, I am jazzed because I know those 7 people. I've taken an Excel spreadsheet almost and put it all out there, and here's what I need to know about these people. Here's their name, here's what lights them up, here's how they like to get thanked, and here's their birthday. All right. Once you have those pieces in place, you as the leader aren't pushing so much, you're more pulling, right? You are just showing them, this is how I appreciate you, this is your skill set, I want you to play to your strengths. The people inspiring the new generation. Okay, was that you, I think? Inspiring new generation, right? Inspiring the new generation. Completely different things that inspire them, completely different. Do any of you have something that comes to mind of what inspires a younger generation?
Badges.
Badges, they like badges?
Gamification.
Gamification, right. Oh, gamification, thanks, right. Yeah, so think about from that perspective and ask them. Ask the 20-something-year-old, the 24-year-old.
Social media.
Social media, right? So I'm not sure, like my nephew, he's 24, what lights him up is it manga? Manga? Oh my God, he lights up on manga. If I could find the next best book or whatever on manga. I didn't even know the word before he came, but anyway. All right, so does that help with the new generation? Still ask them still. They may not have, but menu things if they need it. And does that help with the idea of sorry, Joseph, finding the motivation? Right, because this is kind of giving you the framework. Does that help with that one? Okay, identify the strengths and open the people to them. Someone said that. Does that make sense? There's your strengths. This is what lights me up. Leading without authority. When I have these, and let me go back to this for a second. When I have this information, I don't have to lead with authority. I just have to set the path for them and then keep them motivated by keeping this ongoing. Okay? I'm not having to be like, you've got to do this and you haven't done that. If I would like to think that if I am continuing on this and I am thanking them and I am recognizing their strengths and moving them in the direction of their strengths, they will complete the projects that are going on for them. If they're not completing them, which is something else, how do you do, if they're not committed to what they said they were going to commit to? Chances are, 1, they've got stuff going on in their life. Don't we all, but let's work with it. Number 2 is it may not be the right fit for them. And can you be flexible and decisive enough to move them? Right? Can you be flexible and decisive enough to move them? Because if they're not coming through on the commitment and you're stuck, right? 6 people are going forward, number 7's like, First of all, can 6 keep going and don't worry about 7? Or does 7 needs to be replaced and say, you know what? I recognize this isn't a match for you right now. How would you feel stepping off the board? And we're going to bring in and see if someone else, it might be a better match. I don't know. Could you do that? Some of you kind of cringing a little bit. Tell me.
We have issue with finding VPPR for 2 years. Every time we have VPPR, that person, something happened. So they never do the work. So we don't get promoted, the website and lots of things. We ask someone now to take over and same thing.
Okay.
This year was the first year that we really have VPPR that do the job, that been there and do the job.
Because this topic lights them up?
I believe so. I did not ask that question.
Oh, yes,
but
I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Anna. Sorry about that.
Thank you. When I first asked, can you do this role for us? He asked, what intel?
Yes.
What do I need to do? How many hours? Because he have his personal and work, and we tell him, well, you need to keep up the website for us once a week to make sure that the calendar is correct, because we meet in person and we don't meet for the major holiday. Sometimes guests would show up and said, you guys are not here.
Right.
So that's the main part of VPPR, and then promote us with the picture we took at the end of the meeting, who win, the ribbon,
Right.
and post it there.
Right.
He get into it, and I think he did a good job.
Yeah, but
he
he wasn't the right match, was he? Was he the right match?
He's the right match.
He was the right match. This one was the right match.
Yes,
Okay.
the last one. But
All right.
we have an issue with 2 years that we have to replace. As you said,
Yeah, as you said, yeah.
it's hard. It's hard to ask someone to step down, even though they don't do the job, because it's more like their pride. And they feel like they can do it, they just not contribute, but their name's there.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just, is that, okay, thank you. So there's a lot in there. Let me just see if I got it right. So I don't know the whole situation, so I'm going to go with what I'm taking from this. That if I knew who in the club got lit up by the creativity and the public relationship and the people and the website, right? The techie, who are my techies in the group, right? Who are the techies that are going to get excited? Then that person would be a good match. If I'm asking someone to step down, I'm real first finding out, you seem to be challenged in this position. Is there something going on in your life, without therapy? Is there something happening for you that keeps you from doing this job? Well, no, not really. It's just I don't really know what I'm doing. Oh, okay. Or yes, there is. I have trouble at home. I'm caring for parents, whatever. Asking them to step down at that point to me would hopefully is a relief to them and to you, right? Not just a pride and ego thing. Right? Because for the ego thing, like I said, the ego is not your amigo there. You have got to be in this position of saying that, okay, well, can we do this one more time? And here's what it involves. Now, she also said one other thing. People today, and same with me, if I'm going to take on a role, I want to know what is my job and how many hours. You have to tell people that. They do not want to be giving their life to you. Especially, we all got, during the pandemic, a sense of what? A different lifestyle, yeah. Life is, what would you say?
I said life is short. I guess I'm getting closer to the end than most people, sorry.
Life is short, lifestyle, life balance. I don't want to now go give you all of my time. If you tell me this is going to take me 2 hours a week, 1 hour a week, and I have to do X, Y, Z, make it very tangible for them, and then make the connection with how this is going to help in their life. All right. So again, with this person, I'm not sure all the work that could have done before, would it helped you guys along the way? I don't know, but something like that. Go ahead, Terrence.
I would like your opinion on something.
Okay, make sure you use that microphone.
I would like your opinion. 1, 2, 3, testing. I would like your opinion on something.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been on executive bodies where the example you gave earlier, where 6 are firing on all cylinders and one individual isn't. And what would happen in most cases, we'll just take up the slack for what they're not doing. And, I have 2 opinions on that. I mean, I've been guilty of doing that. One of the officers not doing their part, and so I'll take it on, or someone else takes it on. And on the flip side of that, you can say it's not good to allow someone to hold a position and get credit for their position when they're actually not doing it. And then it's enabling them also by letting them not pull their fair share. So what's your opinion on that?
Yeah. I think if you were to let someone go and say, this isn't the right fit for you, it may not be the first time the person has heard this. Are you following me? Okay? So if you are doing that person the favor and saying this isn't the right fit for you, then the next time that they go for a job and they're plugged in somewhere, they better do their job. Right? But if you let them go on and on and on, then they go into the next job and they're just going on and on and on, and they're poor performance, they're going to get fired. And think, what happened? Oh, over here I didn't do my job either. Right? So I think you're doing them a favor and you're doing the club a favor, but I'm not doing it now. You're terrible at your job. I think we need to be very honest with people, and most importantly, it's not to point fingers, but just say it's not the right match for you right now. Not the right match for you, maybe not right now. Okay? Go ahead, and then I've got to kind of pull this to wrap up. I got you, Anna, hang on.
Yeah,
Microphone, hold on. Terrence, you got oh, there she goes. Give me 1 second, because people on Zoom.
I just want to give some of my experience. You know, I run into many people. I will not say many. Okay, couple people. They like a leadership role, but they don't know what they are not good at. and seriously, because some people are good follower, but they are not good
leaders.
Right.
Correct.
But
correct.
you know, so I really run into people. They like the title, but they don't want to admit they don't do the good job. Like you guys heard about American Idol, right? I don't know. Some people they really bad singer, but they thought they are good singer. They just sing in the TV, and people say, "Oh God, you know, where's my earplug?" You know, like that kind of thing. But you know, so my advice, what my experience is, you know, I have to approach them to tell them the truth. But it's hard because people say, "Oh, you hurt me." No, I'm the good leader. Why you criticize me?
Right.
So I think I learned that I have to get into the right position. Say, actually, you're good in this. Maybe you're good in treasury. You're very good in number, good in detail. So this is the right position for you. Something like that.
That goes back to the lights you up. The other part is, and Anna, I'll come over to you. Yeah. Let me just say this. The other part quickly is you also have to be able to take the criticism, right? If I got called out recently, and I got called out. I'm giving a huge presentation, and I get called out, and I was like, oh. You're right. She called me right out on it. I was saying there shouldn't be any gossip, and this goes a little bit to what you're talking. There shouldn't be any gossip, right, in the office. You shouldn't be gossip. So let me tell you the story about when I was at XYZ company, and she's like, you're gossiping. And I was like, dang it! Like Jocelyn kind of backed that one up a little bit, right? And I was like, and she called me out, and I was fine, meaning I want to be told that. And if we continue to, quote, enable people in jobs, then they're not going to succeed out there, right? You're helping them right now, and you're helping yourself be a stronger leader by being this person and say, listen, this just doesn't seem to be the right fit. Not that you're doing the job. This doesn't seem to be the right fit for you right now. How about X, Y? How do we move this forward? Let me just talk for a minute. I want to go ahead, Anna, and then I want to do this way because I want to be respectful of time.
There's an important point. I'll try to make it quick. That talking about trying to fill in for the other person or take on extra meeting roles, and you may have a gung-ho person that can do all those things, but you shouldn't allow that either because it creates burnout. So you may have a weak member, but you also don't want to have your strongest members
do everything.
Doing everything and becoming the magic, because you don't teach replacement-driven leadership that way. So it was a kind of a discussion that happened right around here,
Yeah.
and then Terrence kind of brought it up. Like, so you just say, look, we're a team. If you can do your part and tell us when to do your part, then we'll take it, right? And then that way they commit. Because one of my team members is like, I'm going to be very busy, and I'll say, I'm going to take the time that you can commit. And then that's all, so that there's no pressure, and then they know that I'm not expecting much more than what they can offer.
Right. Okay, just a little bit on that one, because I want to be, where it's about 3:03, I'm going to go a couple more minutes if that's okay with you. Is that okay? So hold on. I have some people on my team that I had a woman on my team, and she said, listen, I need 2 weeks. I have to take care of my husband. There's a medical issue. I need these 2 weeks, and then I'll be back. Now, this is a volunteer. This is not in a job situation, right? Okay. In that 2 weeks, I know what her jobs are, and I have to transfer them. Can the rest of the team take that up for 2 weeks and support this person at this time with her husband? And the team says yes, and then 2 weeks later, she's back, and we catch her up to speed, right? What I'm saying is things are going to happen to your team. People are going to end up in the hospital. People have sick children, whatever. But you have to, the team members have to decide, yes, we will help for this much time, right? And articulate exactly what it is here's what I'm giving to you since I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. I need to get this done, and this done. Can you help me? Okay, but it really gets to the clear communication piece. All right, can I talk about conflict? The conflict in the Game of Thrones. Let me see if I get this right. I think conflict resolution is my favorite. Like, I love to stand in conflict. I just love to stand there because you don't have to do anything. You just stand there and you take it. You take it. Now, it takes a little bit to work on that, but I love conflict. I should not love conflict. I love conflict resolution. I want to stand there and you tell me straight up, what do you think? Or I'm watching two people. Blah, blah, blah. I'm watching it. What's happening? Right? If you are strong enough in that conflict resolution, you can do anything. You can do anything. And your strength is not saying anything. I see more people come in and go, did you hear what she said? And you just stand back and you just listen and watch. Again, watch what's happening with her body. Watch what's happening with his body. What's happening. Listen to it, digest it, and then see what you might be able to do. But don't speak. Listen. And keep yourself pulled in. Do not get in it. Now we come to Game of Thrones, and sometimes what I find is happening is the gossip in the team or the club, right? And the jealousy that could be going on, all of those things have to be put on the side. People that are down on the club or don't think things are working, let the other groups talk more positively and create not fake positivity, but right? And eventually that person you hope is kind of quiet. You've got to raise the volume of the positive of what's going on and take down the volume of that person.
It's a bad over here with the phone going off.
Okay. It's my cue to kind of get to wrap up. All right. All right. All right. Let me just go through. So did that help a little bit? Yeah. Yeah, it's really, I could do a whole thing on conflict, so we can, but you have got to stay in the positive, not fake, but always highlighting, here's what we're doing well, here's what we're doing well, I'm constantly telling my team, here's what we've done well, right? Here's what we've done. We've done this, we've done this, we've done this. We're coming to the annual meeting, here's what we did, so all this. We hit a lot of bumps on the way, but here's what we have done. So let me just check in. Did we identify the strengths of people? Yes, okay. Did we lead without authority? Is that, yeah? I'm just checking these yours. Commitments to what they committed to, did that help?
Yes.
Okay. Inspiring the new generation, asking them what lights them up? Yes. Politely or gently give feedback that they don't contribute. Yeah, that's the one. Yes, the words are, this may not be a match for you at this time. Finding motivation, did that help, Joseph? Finding the motivation, okay. Positivity, I could have spent a lot more time on that one, I apologize. Identify strengths, okay. All right, so as you go forward, right, when you're looking at the team, the most important thing is what? What lights them up? Okay, you remember that? What lights them up? So if I see you down the hallway and during this social, I'm gonna be like, what lights you up? I wanna know what lights you up, okay? Making that direct connection from what lights them up to their Toastmaster role, to their life, to their job, to their promotion, to the better of their life. When I look at all of you, I see a pool of talent. And I can't wait to kind of go back home and be like, oh my gosh, she's so good at closets, and she's so good at PowerPoint, and she's got food, and he loves to smile, and oh my gosh. This is what stays in my mind. And so when somebody says, do you know somebody who does X, Y, and Z? Yes, I do. Do you know somebody, Rochelle, you need somebody to come over and do some, PowerPoints, hello. This is what goes on in my mind. I see a huge pool of talent, and I see Penelope still, a couple of people on Zoom with talent, for sure. I hope this helps set a path for you because there's so much to learn. Do not burn yourself out. Feel strong, feel confident. Trust yourself and ask people what lights you up. Thank you for being with me today. Thank you.